Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, a podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational, supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
Joy,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
it's important that we connect with people.
Yes, very much.
And one of the reasons that we share these stories is so that, there's so many times that we think that everybody else's lives are perfect and that they have everything together, that they don't really experience anything out of the norm, that everybody's happy, no problems. But, we share these stories to say, hey, there's some people out there that don't have it all together and we make mistakes. And we need each other, basically, is our message. You need to connect with people. We're stronger together. So I come to you with a concern.
Okay. Whoa, wait. Let me get my seat. All right. Shoot.
Now, I'm a rule follower. Mm-hmm. I have been a part of some large organizations, and I see how it is when people follow the rules. Things just flow better. It's more fluid. It's more efficient if they have good rules.
Right.
So let's just put that in the back pocket, okay? Rule follower.
All right.
So I'm having a procedure, a little minor procedure done. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing big. It's just routine. Mm-hmm. But I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And you may ask yourself, what could she be concerned about? Because I know what she's having done.
Right.
It's no big deal. So I've had surgeries in the past. Mm-hmm. One surgery, I wake up in recovery room and two nurses are standing over my bed saying, breathe, breathe. Okay. Surgery number 2. I wake up once again in recovery room. And imagine your bed, how the head is up against the wall and then you have open area on both sides and at the end.
Yeah.
Imagine you have a whole medical staff all around your bed and you're waking up because they're holding you down.
Oh, boy.
And they're all yelling your name. Like, you're all right, Rachel, you're all right. And then you kind of go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you wake up maybe 5 or 10 minutes later and there's like a nursing change and they tell the new nurse, watch out for this one. She's combative.
Oh, boy.
And then everybody in the, you can see everybody in the recovery room.
Yeah.
Which I think should be against the law. Which should be individualized.
Right.
I see all these other people staring at me like, that lady is crazy. So I'm worried about what this anesthesia does to me when I wake up because I don't quite know what I'm doing, but it's never something normal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I thought maybe I was unique and I mentioned it to somebody else and they were like, well, I don't really wake up fighting everybody.
Yeah.
But I do wake up emotional.
Right.
She's like, I'm always crying when I was like, I'd rather wake up emotional than like opening a can.
Yeah.
Opening a can of whoop
Yeah, right.
And like, I asked my doctor when I went back, I said, is there like some kind of like blue dot by my name in your file? And she starts laughing. She's like, no, why? I was like, because apparently I'm combative. And she's like, you? I was like, I know, rule follower. She's like, no. I said, y'all don't have like a CCTV that shows me just getting up and just beating everybody up. And she's like, no. I was like, and there's nothing in record saying, don't take this lady for surgery. And she's like, no. She's like, but you got me curious. I was like, I need you to find out. She's like, well, nobody said anything to me. So I'm a little worried. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to have to tell these people this week, like, hey, before I go to sleep, I may be opening a can. Normally, I'm not a very confrontational physical person, but I may want to fight all of y'all when I wake up.
Does my file say top secret?
Yeah, exactly. Ninja coming out.
Right. Call Mr. Miyagi.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I will fight every single one of you in this room.
In case of an incident, call Mr. Miyagi.
Yes.
Secret code in the vial.
Calm down. And there's a YouTube clip that says like anesthesia like brings out like who you really are, what it brings out into you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
am I really a ninja? Or a CIA agent? Like, this is code blue. Like, if we say these words, you're going to beat up every single person in this room. Like Denzel Washington in The Equalizer, where he gets mad and he's like, All right, I'm going to set my watch, and in 30 seconds, I'm going to clear this room out. Every one of you is going to regret meeting me. That's why we have to tell them.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned.
Yeah. You're a superhero. That's all there is to it.
Fighting medical staffs.
Yeah.
Who overcharge you.
Yeah, right.
I
Little
mean,
did you know.
I'm like, maybe they should charge me, you have your deductible, and maybe mine gets like 10% more.
You're the medical Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm doing that. I think like maybe this past one, I kind of remember like watching some kind of movie or something, maybe where there are people beating each other up. But I mean, I'm just going to have to tell them. It's going to be weird. You know how you have to go in early, or maybe a couple of days before, you have to fill out your medical history and what medicines you're taking. I guess I'm going to go ahead and add it to that form.
Right.
Watch out. I do kick butt.
Yeah, right.
When I wake up, I'm coming after you. And no, I haven't taken any aspirin in the past 72 hours.
Oh, man. You should just wear your cape like throughout the whole
Could you
event.
imagine? I'm like, you know how they always... It's so demeaning too. I don't know how you can feel more nude than when they give you that gown.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I feel more
terrible.
I know, like, I don't know how this is going to work out, but it's very concerning. I don't know. But like, do y'all give like special bracelets? And don't try to like bind me down. Like,
oh yeah, that's the worst.
could you imagine waking up and you're like hooked up to the bed?
No, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, no.
I think too. Wild. I do remember, you know how they put that oxygen with the little two prongs are in your nose. I mean, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
I remember trying to take it out. So I don't know. Maybe like once I'm trying to do something like that and take it out, and maybe somebody's trying to stop me, I'm like, oh, you better back off. Back off.
My space, your space.
Don't touch me. You know, stranger danger. Know how I feel about strangers. Maybe it's that. Maybe my mind is like,
that's right.
Strangers are holding you down and they're giving you their germs.
All you see is what's in your dream, and you're like,
I know. I'm just like, it just bothers me because I'm just such a good rule follower. Now I'm trying to beat people up, be combative.
It's that double life, you know. I'm telling you, it's a lot of responsibility.
I told Brian I felt like I always tell him, like, when we're watching TV shows, like, man, I'm like, I should have been in the special forces. He's like, you? I was like, yep. Or we'll watch a mystery and, you know, I solve it right out of the get-go. I'm like, that person did it. And then I'm like, I'm a great fake TV detective. That's what I should have been.
Oh, man. It's not too late. It's not too late.
It's true. I'm like, oh, I should have gone in the FBI.
Live the dream.
I know. There's so many opportunities out there.
There is. Gosh, you know.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a tour guide.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that.
Man.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do when I'm older and just want to have a job for fun.
Yeah.
And I love, like, my friends. I will tease them because I remember driving south in our state and I got bored, you know, so I just started making up stuff. Because I do love history and I do know some history off the top of my head. And so I just remembered looking at this one area. I'm just going to make a name, like Smallville. I was like, did you know this is the home of where they invented the cotton ball? Or maybe, no, wait. I think I said the Q-tip. I was like, did you know this is where they invented the Q-tip? She's like, really? I was like, yep.
Don't take all your pictures at once.
I said, there's a Q-tip. I said, there's a Q-tip museum. If we had more time, we could stop. I mean, we could still stop. She's like, no, I think I'm good. She's like, I was like, everybody always talks about the cotton ball, but no, everybody talks about the history of the Q-tip, which we've all had a, itch in our ear. And we all ignore that warning label. Don't insert this in your ear. And yet, next thing you know, you're like, it's just so bad. Right, and you're like, but you think, like, who invented the Q-tip? Well, now you know, Smallville.
I'm sorry. I'm just seeing a glass case with a Q-tip in it.
Exactly. And you walk in.
And this wax model of an ear.
And you know that person, like, I thought she would eventually, like, believe that, it's just making it up. And, like, maybe, like, 2 days later, she said something about, I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, the Q-tip museum. I'm like, I made that up. There's no such thing. My gosh. See, I could do that on the bus ride at Disney,
Right.
I don't know why I like the tram car the best. The one that picks you up in the parking lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that lady's always kind of a little bit of a smart aleck
Yeah.
or man. It could be man or woman. And, they're like, don't forget, you're in Daffy Duck. You're in Daffy Duck. But I would try to confuse them. I'm like, you're in Daffy Duck next to Mickey Mouse, next to Goofy, right by Minnie Mouse. But don't you wish you had paid extra VIP parking in Pluto?
Right.
They have all these.
Right. It's like, which one was it now?
Which one did she say?
Forgot.
Oh. But
Funny.
I'd want to have like a taser. Because, people are dumb.
Yeah. You just going to tase them when they get off?
Yeah. No, like if you tell them the rule, like to put your hands and feet in the vehicle. Don't get out until it comes to a complete stop. But you have those people who jump off. Just all of a sudden they turn around. Not enough to really injure them, but just enough for them to think, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I could be like that woman in Williamsburg that said, what part of that did you not understand? Let's break it down. I was so uncomfortable.
Need a reminder?
Yeah. I was like, I will zap you again. You'll be ordering your food at the concession stand and anyway.
How quickly we forget.
Yes.
Want another? Another?
And I'd want it on like one of those cattle prod things.
Oh, yeah.
So I
right.
didn't have to get real close. Just
That would be awesome.
golly.
Man.
I kind of want to buy
These are
one.
good ideas,
I kind of want to buy one and zap Brian. Even though I love him with all my heart, just one time.
Oh, man. Can I be there to video?
I'll have to make sure I can run and there's no obstacles because I know he'll be coming after me.
I'll be flying the drone over you guys when that happens.
Yeah. That would be entertaining. Like,
Yeah.
because he's bad about opening the cabinet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand why you do 3/4 of the work. Open the cabinet, remove the glass, close the cabinet back. He opens the cabinet, removes the glass, and then that's it. But see, I could cattle prod him. Zzz. Like, you shut that thing.
So he leaves the cabinet open.
Yes, it drives me nuts.
Really?
I know there's things that I do that drive him nuts, but I feel like Vanna White just going through there because they're high, they're at probably my eye level, and I just go through there and closing cabinets, and it drives me crazy. And I love him.
I wonder, does he say why? I wonder why he does that.
I don't know. When our house got broken into,
Yeah.
the police were in our bedroom, and we have a chest of drawers, and a couple of them weren't closed, and they're like, "Oh, you better go through there." Looks like the robber opened them. And
Yeah,
tried
to check it out.
I was like, no, probably not. I will, but it's just underwear and socks. There's nothing in there. But that's how my husband leaves stuff. And then, the way I said it, I was clearly aggravated. He goes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like, I've done touched one of those sore spots.
Those nerves.
It's like, nope, that would not be a robber. That would be my husband only does 3/4 of the job.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it's really 2/3 of a job. But anyway,
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure there's things that I do that aggravate him.
Oh, of
like
course.
spending money.
Yeah, it always goes both ways.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah. I mean, you can love each other and still have those little pet peeves that the other one does.
Yeah.
You just have to remember that you love them more
Yeah.
than shutting a cabinet.
Right.
And I wouldn't make it in jail, so that was another deterrent.
I will tell you, I have a little difficulty because what I have to encounter sometimes is going to the bathroom.
All right, that's TMI.
And when you're just about ready to do your final and take care of everything at the very end, and you look over and there's no paper on the roll, but the roll is still there.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're ready for the paperwork to complete the paperwork,
Yes.
and all you see is a cardboard
Yes.
empty roll.
Nothing else.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It drives me crazy.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's an OCD thing because I tend to be a little bit like, oh, okay, this is starting to get low. So let me go ahead and grab a Kleenex box if I can't make it all the way to get a roll.
Right.
But anyway, no, I giggle actually sometimes because I'm just like,
I'm sure you're giggling.
where's the megaphone?
Blink twice if
Help
you're really
me.
not giggling.
Help. Anybody there?
That's another pet peeve that you brought up is, you have that toilet paper roll thing that you put it on.
Yeah.
That somebody decided, years ago that we need a dispenser for our toilet paper.
Right.
We're not animals. We're humans. My husband never puts it back on the dispenser.
Oh, he just leaves it sitting out?
Yeah. Drives me nuts. Probably every time I put it back on, I give a tutorial like he's standing there. I'm like, and this is how we get a new roll.
Right.
And we put it in the little mechanism.
Yeah. And it snaps.
And it snaps in place. Make sure it snaps because there's nothing worse than you grab the end and
the whole roll
it goes rolling off. You're like,
flying off 50 feet away. And then it's like, how do I get the roll?
It's like super duper. Why is that? Golly. So that's very important. You make it snap.
Yes.
I don't even care if you go upper or lower. I mean, under or over, whatever it is. I don't even care about that. Just put it on the freaking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Which, by the way, my grandmother's very OCD about the over-under thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
It has to go one way.
Yes. I think I did it over.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, baby. Like like I committed this ultimate sin. Oh, honey. Like
That's
I'm the dumbest thing.
rule.
She's like, don't put it that way. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, when you pull it, it's going to hit the wall.
Yeah.
You know, when it's really full.
Right.
You know, some of them will hit the wall. And she's like, it'll be hitting the wall the whole time and it'll be dirty. And I'm like, oh, help me. Help me. I was like, okay. I did it the other way.
Oh,
But
man.
anyway,
That's
You
funny.
didn't know I was going to get from concerned about my surgery. I mean, not surgery, but my procedure to our toilet paper. That's why I love this podcast.
I know.
You never
I know.
know when it's going to take you. And these are
Exactly.
tips to help you close drawers and cabinets.
Yes.
Put the toilet paper back on.
Yes. And if you're not near toilet paper, grab a tissue box.
Hey, it's whatever you got.
or the latest magazine. Hopefully you won't have to do that, but just saying that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we love our spouses.
Man, yes. And it's just like a box of chocolates, you know? That's what this podcast is.
Right.
Not sure what you're going to get, but
It's going to help you.
it's definitely going to help you.
Exactly.
Tips for your back pocket.
All your pockets.
Right.
Oh.
Woo.
Today's episode is brought to you by Endeavor Promotions out of Birmingham, Alabama. We encourage you to check them out at endeavorpromotions.com. Danny and his group have done a sensational job with our items, and we can't endorse them enough. Thank you, Danny.
Thank
And
you,
team.
Danny. Yes. And we are excited to announce that we will be sponsoring a booth at the Forever Foundation Horse and Car Show fundraiser at W.O. Crawford Arena on Saturday, April the 13th. The foundation is a nonprofit organization helping equestrians with disabilities throughout Alabama. Come by and see us, and we would love to see you.
Looking forward to that event.
It's going to be great.
Yes. I try to be a good wife. I'm not always successful. I'm
Try
sure
to be?
Yeah. I try about 75% of the time.
It's good to know you try.
Yeah, I mean, there's some effort there. And so I have weird hobbies. You know,
Yeah.
I do Legos.
Oh,
I'd like to see Legos come down in price.
Oh, my
I think they should be
gosh.
about half of what they charge
Right.
for them.
yeah, me too.
And I love Star Wars. And so he will buy me things that are Star Wars related. And then I have a weird habit of also trying to hunt down artifacts from the TV show Bonanza.
Right.
If you have anything, let me know.
Love Bonanza.
Yes,
I always
love.
have.
Even though I tease him and joke about his things that he does that somewhat drive me crazy, I try to do things for him to let him know, hey, I love you.
Right.
Try to do something that's fun that makes him happy. I decided that there was an event that had not been in our area. I don't think it's ever been in our area. And it was the Supercross Championship, AMA, motorcycles racing
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Exciting.
on the dirt track and everything. And I was like, this will be a great event to buy tickets for my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Did that months ago. And last night was the event.
How'd it go?
It was different. I got there and I saw everybody had on these ear protection. Because
Yeah.
we're like fourth from the dirt.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did have some of probably the first 5 or 6 rows closed off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, but you know, after that, we were probably the 4th row. And then everybody around us had these ear protection devices. And I was like, I do not own.
Oh boy.
Not everybody, but most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Let's say 50-50. And then Brian's like, ooh, I wonder how much dirt's going to be thrown up in our I was like, with dirt? It's like, yeah, we're right here.
Yeah.
So before it even begins, I'm concerned about the noise and then the dirt. Mm-hmm. And then we're the type of people in our area, because we do live in a small town. We try not to, we do. You can't help it. You'll eat at franchise restaurants, but we try to eat at non-franchise, support the little businesses.
Yeah, local.
And then with the stadium, I said, do you want to just eat at the stadium so that we can support the event? So, everybody knows, hey, this, sold a lot of tickets, because I didn't think that many people would be going.
Yeah.
I was wrong. There was a whole bunch of people.
Was it packed?
It was packed.
Really? Wow.
Yes. And we get ready to partake in the concession stands. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, again, there wouldn't be that many people.
Yeah.
They didn't need our money, Joy. They had plenty of people waiting in line.
Oh, man.
Lines and lines and lines everywhere you went on every concession stand.
Wow.
And it was taking forever. And I want to take this moment to help people out that you might not think about this. But if you're in a line that takes you 20 or 30 minutes to even get to the counter to order, go ahead and use that time instead of looking on our phone and checking what everybody's doing on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat or whatever, TikTok videos. Let's go ahead and lock in our order. Let's take that time.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Just a helpful hint.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to have kids order. If it's, because sometimes kids are like, I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and use that 25 minutes so that when we get ready and the lady says, what do you want? You're not like, let's see. Now, this particular place, I didn't know what people were waiting on. Basically, hot dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a pretzel.
Not a whole lot to have to pick from, right?
There wasn't a menu.
Yeah.
It was just very, very simple.
Yeah.
And I did joke with Brian, I'm glad we're supporting the event. They should be supporting us with this number of people. It was crazy. I don't know, 4 or 5 lines per concession. And they were all the way from the counter to the other side of the little corridor.
Yeah.
So you had to weave in and out of people. It was
right.
so packed. But anyway, so we ended up getting hot dogs, which I was happy that I didn't have to wait a long time for, but they were cold.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were okay. Oh, let me back up a little bit. So we're getting ready to go to the event, and we get in the car, and I decided to dress in layers. And it's like 65 degrees, maybe 60 degrees when we get ready to leave. So it's not super cold. It's a little chilly, but I thought, okay.
It's just mild, right?
Yeah. It's like it was only going to be like 50 degrees that night. I brought another hoodie with me in addition to the thin hoodie I had. And on the way over there, I asked Brian, you think it's going to rain? And he goes, do you have your phone? And I'm like, what's he mean by my phone? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, maybe you should pull out the weather app and let it tell you whether or not it's going to rain instead of asking me. I was like, what?
Oh, goodness.
What?
Woo.
I was like, well, just for that, neither one of us are going to know. Because I'm not pulling that app out for nothing. For nothing.
Oh.
I had looked like the night before. I knew I was like 4% or something. I knew I hadn't climbed up there in the percentage wise.
Right.
But I did look, and I was like, yeah, it's not really supposed to rain. And then we go into this deck that we like to park in. It's covered. It has an exit that all you have to do is turn right as you leave the deck, and you're immediately on the on-ramp to the interstate that takes us straight home. It's just
nice.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a couple of blocks from the stadium. No problem. So we get ready to go inside, and it's packed.
Yeah.
And so we park on like one of the far ends. And the good thing about parking on the far end, if they open that back gate, you're golden. But if they don't, you're packed in there. So as we're driving across, he goes, do we want to risk it? I was like, yeah, let's roll the dice. Let's risk it. Park over there in the back by the gate.
Yeah.
And either we'll be heroes or we won't be heroes. And so we're driving, and then we're going forward, because that's what you normally do when you drive 90% of the time. And he looks to the side to see where the gate is. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm thinking surely he knows that in front of him are speed bumps.
Yeah.
Nope. Never slow down. Just like,
no.
We went like
How
that.
fast was he going?
We're not going too terribly fast because we're in a deck, but we're going the 20.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then I'm like, surely he sees these other ones right behind it.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. And it's one of those things like, what do you do when I'm not in the car with you? Like, how much crap are you hitting in my car
on the edge
without me? And the reason I just want to acknowledge him as the shock buster is because when I went to have like your maintenance for your car,
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 shocks are busted or something like that. And he's like I'm not even there. Very disrespectful. Well,
wah, wah, wah.
it's like, and he points to, me with his thumb and he's like, well, this one doesn't slow down for railroad track crossings. That is true. I do like the
You just fly across
Fast
them.
and Furious right over them. I'm jumping the tracks.
Oh, man.
So he's like, yeah, this one here doesn't slow down. So I'm being blamed for busting the shock. Well, last night I was like, now we know the truth. You're the shock buster. I mean, you hit those things hard. And he's always hitting things in the road. I'm like, hey, do you see that? Blah, blah, and I'm like, the thing in the road that we just ran over. So I like for the record to show that I am not the shock buster that Brian is. But anyway, let me go back to where we get our food. We go eat. I'm in the perfect spot where, people can't really weave in and out of the people very well.
Yeah.
So they're going around this column that's close to the tables. So I keep getting hit in the shoulder because people are trying to pass through there with my cold hot dogs. I'm like, if one more person hits me in the shoulder, they're about to get a hot dog right in the face. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But then I remember I had to wait 35 minutes for my cold dog,
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, we eat and then we get ready for the event. And that 4% chance of rain, right on us. Right on us. And where the stadium is, it's on a hill, so it's already windy.
Yeah.
And I was freezing and I was trying not to put my second hoodie on. Yes, I already had a hoodie on. And I was like, I'm freezing. And Brian's like, well, you could put your other hoodie on. I was like, no, I'm trying to wait as long as I can.
Yeah.
That way when I do have it, it'll be warm. But I didn't make it. So I went ahead and put my hoodie on, my second one. And then we go down there and we're waiting for the race. And this is another bit where you realize that you're older is because it just has those aluminum benches.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as an old person, I can only sit there for about 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, can they not rent some stadium seating? I'm like, I'd pay $40 a cushion for it right now. Right now. We actually had an extra ticket.
Yeah.
And I forgot to ask the person to go with us. And so we get there and somebody has all their junk in this third seat. And he's like, oh, let me move. I was like, no, that's no big deal. We have plenty of room. And then I tell him, third person's not coming. And he's like, oh, okay, good. Because these aren't really our seats.
Oh, nice.
We got 2 extra people in our row. I was like, okay, you're cool. Rule follower. I'm going to go, what section are you supposed to be sitting in? But he's a pretty happy guy. And then here comes a little boy and his father. Or maybe it was his grandfather. And they sit, and then it got real tight.
Oh, boy.
And you know how we, had fussed about the kids? Mm-hmm. Like, from now on, I don't care how cute you are.
Yeah.
If you're sickly, I'm going to acknowledge
Stranger danger.
Yeah. And he kept touching me. Like, how do you feel right now? Scale of 1 to 10, you feeling pretty healthy? And he's probably like 5 years old.
Are you tired?
Yeah. Are you sneezing? You've been coughing.
Do you need a
kid?
tissue?
Like, as long as you touch this, you touch the shoulder. I'm good with that. Don't touch my drinks.
Yeah.
These M&Ms that we've got, and I just laugh.
Don't sneeze in this direction.
I was like, so help me, if this kid sneezes, I'm going to be like, what section are you supposed to be in? Like, all right, dude, the dude's not supposed to be here. I need you to go back to your section. I need this kid to be on the other side of grandpa.
Right.
But he was so cute because they were also advertising like the Monster Truck Jam. So every time that commercial would, on the, whatever they call it, the Tron screen, he'd go like, Monster Jam,
I love the commercial, by the way.
Oh, really?
That has the, gosh, I can't remember exactly the product. I think it's maybe Lysol spray or something. It's the mom who has the kid that's got her face in the fan. And she's going, wow, wow, in the fan. And all of a sudden she sneezes. And when she sneezes, her mom is right behind her. And her mom just closes her eyes like, oh my gosh, that didn't just happen.
Oh, I have not seen this commercial.
It owns me. It's so funny. Every time I see it, I have to laugh. It's just funny.
Well,
so anyway,
the kid was so cute though. And we were pretty close to the track. And so certain people would come by and he would shake his fist at him. And I got so tickled. And the grandfather was like, why are you shaking his fist at him? Like, what did he do? It started raining. There's nothing more miserable than jeans and like a piece of clothing. Yeah. Because it just absorbs that moisture.
Right.
Thought I was cold before. But once I got damp and wet, I was like freezing. And then my honey bun husband, who I was at the event for, he kept telling me it's only 50 degrees. Like I'm going to be freezing, but I'm like, oh, well, if it's only 50 degrees, I'll quit. You know how your body's trying to warm up your muscles so you start shivering and shaking? Oh, well, let me just tell the rest of my body that it's 50 degrees. And then we're fine. I was like, I know, but I'm wet. He's like, you're not that wet. And I'm like, no, I am soaked.
Yeah. It's like arms. You got the wrong. Message.
I was like 4% of rain.
Beep, beep. Hey, it's only 50.
Yes.
Degrees.
I don't know why you're shivering.
Right.
Like I would probably been able to leave after the first race. It was cool. It was real cool. But like once I was wet and cold, I was done. And then of course, you got this cold and everybody stands up. Like that first race, everybody was standing up, which made it very difficult to watch.
Right.
Because even though I was standing, the people in front of me were standing as well, and they were just as tall as me. So I was like, dude, so I can't see. And then when you sit down back on those cold benches, really cold and wet. And so I was thinking, man, if it was just me, I'd been like, all right, that was fun. I've seen 2 of the races. Let's go.
Yeah.
But no, I had to tell myself, you're not here for you. You're here for your loving husband.
Right.
And you want him to have a good time. So and Brian's the type of individual that if he purchased a ticket for an event, we're there from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, let's get a jump on everybody leaving and go ahead and leave, 5 seconds early. No, ma'am. We're there all the way. And then sometimes, most of the time, like when we get there, we'll just, since I'm going to be there to the end, we don't rush out. But yesterday I was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I forgot about the time changing.
Oh, yeah.
I said something and he's like, I said, oh yeah, next weekend. He's like, no, it's tonight. And I'm like, what? Shivering cold.
It's an hour later.
It's an hour later. Oh, one more complaint. This is why I do things like this for Brian.
Wait a minute. Let me give you another number. Is here. Number 3? I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, it's true. I had cut my toenail too close to the quick.
Ooh, that's the worst.
And so it was hurting every time I hit that thing. It was just rubbing it.
Stab.
It was rubbing against that boot. And then I realized it was bleeding.
Ooh.
This is
even worse.
Like later when I took off that sock, I was like, that is disgusting. Toes just gross me out. But anyway, you're welcome, Brian. Love you.
I'll say what I've said to my spouse all week long. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And anyone who knows Disney knows what I'm saying. I just get the evil eye. You're welcome.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be married to us? I mean, really.
Oh, right.
We have the whole package.
I'm telling you.
Right here.
But bam.
That's right.
Cha-ching.
Right here. Even though I forgot my wedding ring today, and I'm like, I told Brian, I'm like, oh, hope nobody hints on me today. They're going to think she's a free.
You're like, I can't take that again.
Yeah. She's so open.
Yeah.
She's on the market.
Oh, man.
10 stops away with Lemon Drop's shoes.
Oh, nice. Man, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool that you can see where it is? And I love apps.
I do too.
And just think where we came from, where we're like, we didn't have any.
Just amazes me because, when they first started your taxes, like you could pay online, put in all your information and then they would send you the money.
Right.
I never forget doing my brother's taxes. This is a long time ago. And that was first. I was like, oh, wait, you can put in your information and I can get the refund electronically? Yeah. I was like, I'm doing it.
Wow.
So then I get ready to do my brother's and I'm like, we do this electronic thing. And he's like, I don't know. They'll have my account number and everything will be on the internet. This is when we're still writing checks. I was like, well, when you give somebody a check, they have your account number and the routing number. And he's like, I was like, yeah, it's true. Come on, Grandpa Jones. He's always been that one. To be younger than me, somebody's going to have my account number. I was like, well, they have your account number and they have your check.
Yeah.
And
with your name and address and driver's license on the back.
I know you got everything. Some of them had Social Security number on it.
Yeah, they did. They sure did. Wow.
And then I got tickled because I have Amazon devices throughout my home, which I love the whole thing where you can just say play so and so music on the Everywhere group.
Yeah,
and it plays them on all your devices. I love that.
Yeah.
or I must have been talking about the anesthesia, and the next thing I know, YouTube's recommending this clip to watch. I love it, or I'm talking about a special product, and next thing I know, there's advertisements for the products, different ones for different companies. I love that. David, it freaks him out. He's like, it's listening. I'm like, well, how do you think it knows when you say, hey, Siri? It has to be listening all the time.
It's like your special eavesdropping friend, the one that like
I know. I'm fine with that.
Everything you say, and you're like, how'd you know that?
They're gossiping about the boy that you like or girl that you like, and the next thing you know, they're like, yeah, I heard they're available, and you're like, how did you even know I liked them?
Right.
I'm just all for it. And then he's like, well, they're listening all the time, and I'm like, I know. They're probably bored as they can get.
Yeah,
because it's not like I'm like. I'm having those conversations of what kind of vacuum cleaner is the best and what kind of couch.
Yeah. What bags do I need to buy this time?
Exactly.
It's like, do you have a recommendation for coffee?
Right. Or like when Brian takes out the trash, I feel like if your chore is to take out the trash, that you also take it out, put it in the big bins, and you take the bins to the driveway. When big garbage people pick it up, you return the bins to the proper place. And this is where the controversy happens. I can't say that word, controversial. Topic for us, which I'm thinking this is why they're bored, is who should put the new garbage bags in the bins.
Yes.
I feel like if it's your chore to take out the trash, it's the whole kit and caboodle. It's everything.
The ticket from beginning to end of the show, the garbage from beginning to end of the show.
It's the whole thing, is it not?
It's the whole package, right?
Brian, if you're listening, see, I have another vote of yes, it's your job to put the garbage bags back in the bins after you have removed
Do you know what I try to do is I don't always do it, okay? I admit. But I try to, when I empty out the bag, I always put an extra bag in the bottom. It makes it easier,
Brian,
for the person, whether it's me or somebody else. I'm like, that makes me feel a lot better about the task. Is that there's a bag already there, so I just pull it up and I'm done.
Well, the professionals at work do that same thing where they put the bags in the bottom.
Yes,
and then all of a sudden, I'm just saying, Brian, you might want to consider this option for you. Joy will be happy to help you in any other
I'm
chores.
here all week.
Yes, she's
Classes
here all week.
start at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Even with the time changing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sign up sheet online.
The first 10 people get a prize.
Free t-shirt if you're
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome. I love it. All right, guys. So we talked a good bit about motorbikes and speed bumps and oh my gosh, trash cans. Man, I think we've covered a great deal of stuff today, right? I think what we can really reflect on here is when we love someone, we're going to go that extra mile. We're going to do the extra things that it takes to support them and make those efforts to see them smile. And I think it's important that we do that for those that we love, those that we care for. And while we're out there doing those things, hey, remember, slow down at the speed bumps, slow down, smell the roses. Hey, don't get in too big of a rush. Life is short and you want to make sure that you're living life, spending time with your family, your friends, being kind to one another, taking the time out to really stop, put our phones down for a minute. Instead of taking all the video and the pictures and everything while you're out with your family, take a minute just to put that thing down and, save that for later and really look at your family. Spend time talking to them. Spend time talking to your spouse and your friends and get to know them. It's really important. Keep that in mind and be good to yourself. We love you guys very much. I want you to remember that you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. And if you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, a pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7, and they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay true to yourself, embrace the power of kindness, and know that you matter. Till next time, friends.